Hi, welcome to Rooftop ICKS special Tabletop ICKS edition. My name is Ben.
I'm Bryn, and today we're going to be talking about a few records that we've recently purchased and a little bit of news.
That's right. The first thing I want to talk about is this Nine Inch Nails Coil record, which is Coil, way back in the day, remixed some Downward Spiral tracks, and they've been in the vault this entire time.
You don't know how excited I am about this because Coil is one of my favorite bands of all time. John Balance and Peter Christopherson, they both died, but they are amazing, and I love everything they ever released. But this is news to me. I mean, I knew they remixed Closer for Seven, and I knew they were friends with Trent Reznor, but I did not know this was like a record.
Yep. And Closer is on there, but it's a different one than it was in Seven. And the way the album has been described as it resembles the Nine Inch Nails tracks almost not at all, like unrecognizable. It sounds like a Coil record,
right,
with Trent Reznor vocals.
Doesn't surprise me. That's amazing, and I will totally buy this record. And it will probably be one of my top favorites of 2014.
Yep, Recoiled, available on CD and LP.
Oh boy. Remember, all this is going to be in the description box. Look for links. Also, one of my favorite bands, one of our favorite bands of all time, The Cure, is releasing a new record this year called 414 Scream, which is clearly a riff on their previous album, 413 Dream.
I'm disappointed that it's not completely new and recent material.
It appears to be stuff from the 413 Dream sessions, and I would also be interested in hearing what's going on in Robert Smith's noggin.
Right.
Around.
I wonder if it really is The Cure or if it's just Robert Smith. And
well, it's always been a tumultuous lineup.
I hope this new record sounds like the Crystal Castles song.
I don't think it will.
Why not?
If you don't know about this, the Crystal Castles song he's referring to is
I'm Not in Love?
I'm Not in Love, which is a cover of a really old song.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But it was on Crystal Castles 2, but they had Robert Smith sing the vocal parts for a B-side or something. But it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so curious. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, I'll listen to any Cure album. I actually really enjoyed 413 Dream. There are some really great songs on there that sound sort of a little bit like their older stuff. It's not produced as well, but it's interesting. Also, a band called S/S/S or SSS, which is Sufjan Stevens, Sunlux, and Serengeti, the Anticon rapper, released a record called Sisyphus. I was kind of excited about it. Not excited, but I was interested to hear what they would do. It's very underwhelming. We won't review it because we like not to give you reviews of things that we're just going to shit on. We prefer to show you cool music, but I'd probably give that record about a 4. You should check it out yourself. It might be interesting to you, but I personally didn't care for it very much.
Speaking of good records, here's one that I just got. It's Pokey Lafarge. This is on Third Man Records.
Pokey Lafarge.
And it is... How do I describe it? It's sort of in the vein of like 20s, 30s style real American music, tinge of Squirrel Nut Zippers on some tracks. Some tracks are sort of rockabilly. Like there's a song on there called The Devil Ain't Lazy, which sounds very much like the Squirrel Nut Zippers, with like backup vocals, probably doing what would normally be a horn arrangement. But there is an occasional clarinet that appears on some tracks. Sometimes it's a harmonica. And it really feels homegrown. I love what they're doing over at Third Man Records.
How's the guitar playing? It's like Django-y?
It's yeah. There's just some like shuffly acoustic guitar throughout, and then there's some acoustic guitar soloing that is sort of Django Reinhardt-y.
Cool.
And what I love about the recording quality of this is it doesn't sound overly quantized and overly pitch shifted. It really sounds like it's live in a studio, and these musicians are all playing at the same time, and it's not maybe even to a click track, who knows, but it really sounds alive and really sounds organic, and it sounds like a real band playing. So, and a lot of Third Man Records stuff has that quality, and so I like probably almost everything that they'll ever make.
Yeah, Jack White loves some raw music. What's your other record?
Oh, this is a compilation that just came out. Studio One, Rocksteady. It is a reggae compilation, Rocksteady compilation, actually, before it ever became reggae.
Okay,
This
this is a genre called Rocksteady.
Yeah. This is from the 60s, and before reggae, there was Rocksteady. And so it's light on the horns. Some of it doesn't have any horns. But it's early 60s, and Studio One is this record label in Jamaica, I think, or maybe they're from Britain. I don't know. But they were the first label to really be doing this sort of music, so this is a compilation of some of their early stuff.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not normally a big fan of reggae, but this album really does it for me. I totally dig it. It's because what they were trying to do with Rocksteady is they were trying to sound American, so it almost sounds like 60s soul with a little bit of what you think of as that reggae beat.
That's really cool.
The melody is coming from the bass instead of the guitar.
Yeah.
All the melody is coming from the bass, and the vocals. The vocals are doing some melodic stuff too, but interesting stuff. And then the record also sort of explains the whole history of Studio One inside it, and Rocksteady.
It's like a little
and
book.
how Rocksteady became reggae. Cool album.
It's awesome.
It's going to be great for the summer. Perfect summer record.
Can't wait
if summer ever happens.
I can't wait to hang out on a roof and listen to some fucking music. Okay. I wanted to mention some records. I've been on a metal kick. This is a 7-inch I got from, you can't even see what it is, but it's Artificial Brain, the band I went and saw a few weekends ago. It's only 4 tracks, but it's really amazing. This is the only thing they had released up until they released their debut LP.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, I think it's called Light Waves. I don't really remember, but you should check it out. Also, this is a band called Paul Bearer. This is their record Sorrow and Extinction. They're a really interesting band because they're metal. Sort of. It's very slow. There's a lot of acoustic guitar. There's no screaming. It's all sung vocals, sort of in like Iron Maiden style, but it's really pretty. It's very, very odd. Not a lot. You'd call it like sludge or doom, except again, no screaming. So, it's a weird metal record, but it was one of my favorites of last year, and I just picked it up recently. It's a double album. Really weird.
It's a great album cover.
Yeah, really weird artwork. Very sort of inspired. But I highly recommend Paul Bearer checking out that record. And lastly, this is Sunbather, which on a lot of best ofs last year made a lot of metal fans really mad because it basically sounds really happy.
Oh, really?
Like
I want to hear it.
If most metal is like Bach, this is like Vivaldi. Does that make sense? Like it's still like really fast drums screaming, but it's like da 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 da.
That's funny.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
I can't even imagine it. I'm trying to hear it, and I can't hear that.
So it sounds like black metal mixed with like pop punk and like happy classical music. Lots of people hate this record, but I thought it was a lot of fun. I saw them live last year. Yeah, it's a really beautiful record. Oh yeah, wanted to show the record is nice and pink. Double album. The other one is gray. So yeah, I mean, if you don't know about Deaf Heaven, which I highly doubt if you're watching a music, well, Ben didn't know. So if you don't like metal but you want to try and get into it, start with Deaf Heaven, Sunbather.
I want to check out both these records, actually. They both look interesting.
Well, we'll listen.
And I love good packaging. And they both have that.
They do have good packaging. That's why I buy them. So, yeah.
All right, then. Well, I guess that concludes this episode of TABLETOP ICKS. Just another thing to mention. King Kong and the Shrines tickets just went on sale Friday. Last Friday they went on sale. I forget where they're playing, but they're playing.
Well, we'll look it up and put it in the description box.
I think the concert's in June, but tickets just went on sale
Friday.
Friday.
You got a while.
Yep.
We will probably be there in our summertime clothes and really drunk. So
hell yeah.
I can't wait.
All right, until next time, top of the world to you.